Good morning. So last time I talked about zero negativity, the fastest way forward, but I think even though that's true, it seems to be one of the more difficult pieces of the puzzle for couples to master. And why is that? And I think partly because I think it's unconscious, the negativity. I think, for example, say a couple's been together for 5 or 10 years, they probably built up some bad habits, and they probably have. But I think now it goes back farther. I think it goes back to those first 18 years of life where a lot of us did grow up in homes where there was negativity, there was criticism. And I think our culture can be pretty negative, pretty critical, and often our parents didn't handle the space between very well. And so we just think it's normal. But then when we bring that negativity or criticism into the space between, it doesn't work. It causes disconnect. And I think in the romantic love stage of a relationship, I think that space between is pretty positive. It's new, it's exciting, it's fun, it's romantic. And over time, and I think it's small things. It could be slow, it could be quick. All of a sudden, it's small things like a little snide remark here, a criticism, or roll your eyes, walk away, shut down, do something stupid, and all of a sudden that space between becomes a little bit more negative. If that continues and it's unabated, then the space between can get more toxic, and who wants to go into a toxic space? So then people start to avoid, all right? And what quantum theory is telling us is that at our basic level, we want to be connected, we want to be in relationship, we are in relationship. And it seems to me an intimate relationship is one of the key places for that to take place. And by putting negativity into the space between, it causes disconnect, where our whole being wants to be in a relationship, wants to be connected. So I think the key to moving forward, and this is why it's tricky, but somehow we have to make the unconscious conscious. So if I'm not aware, I keep doing the same thing. So how do we make that conscious? Remember, the caveat is, of course, it's the person on the receiving end who determines whether it's negative or not. I could think I was just kidding, but if I do something that's negative to my partner, I'm the one who needs to change. So the critical piece is for the two of you to come up with a word or a phrase or some signal that if one of you experiences it as negative, you can let the other person know without getting their back up even more, getting them more defensive. That's the tricky part, all right? But if I let my partner know that didn't work, that it came across as negative, then we can redo it ASAP so that it doesn't come across as a put down or as a negativity. So how can this show up? Well, I had a great example in the office the other day. So a couple came in, and he's pretty loud. That's what he learned his family of origin. They were just loud, and his partner would sometimes interpret that as being aggressive, and then she would shut down or pull away or whatever she did. And of course, the problem is, that in the past, that loudness was aggressive at times. Not all the time, but some of the time. So now what? So if the two of them have to be consciously aware and make the agreement, we want to get rid of any negativity. We want to commit to zero negativity. So the suggestion was if I'll use partner A and partner B. If partner A interprets the loudness of B as aggressive, A can indicate to B by a signal they both agreed to beforehand, it feels negative. So that gives B a chance to either explain that he wasn't being aggressive, or he can apologize or redo the transaction so it doesn't create a put down. The critical point is to decide beforehand on a signal or word that let your partner know that something didn't work, and then to redo the transaction as soon as possible. So again, the goal of the zero negativity is to put no blame, shame, or criticism, no negativity in the space between, and rather fill that space between. The flip side of the coin is to fill it with affirmations and positives. Okay? Anyway, have a great day. Have a great week. Cheers.